हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मंत्राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद शिल गुरुदेव की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य वयं गौडीयदर्शनस्य सेशन् 8 मध्ये अचिन्त्य भेद तत्त्वं चर्चयिष्यामः। अचिन्त्य भेद अभेद तत्त्वम् इति। एतद् गौडीयदर्शनस्य विशिष्ट योगदानम् अस्ति नाम प्रपञ्चस्य कृते। अतः बहु मुख्यम्। अपि तु सर्वदर्शनस्य सारः इतिवत् it will put everything together and give a complete understanding by which we can understand both वेदवाक्यानि अपि तु अभेदवाक्यानि यत् वयं शास्त्रे पश्यामः तत् कथं वा एकत्रीकर्तुं शक्नुमः इति एतत् तत्त्वं वदति अस्माकं कृते। अतः बहु मम बहु सन्तोष इदानीं यतोहि वयं सेशन् 8 पर्यन्तम् आगतवन्तः एतत् चर्चयितुम् इति बहु सन्तोषः। अग्रे आदौ कुत्र स्मः इति पश्यामः। वयं प्रमाणानि विषये चर्चितं नाम त्रीणि प्रमाणानि एव अङ्गीकृतम् अस्मिन् दर्शने। शब्दः अपि तु कोऽपि स्मरति वा? शब्दः प्रत्यक्षम् अपि तु अनुमानम् इति त्रीणि अङ्गीकृतं। परन्तु एतद् अलौकिकविषये चिन्तयामश्चेत् शब्द एव अस्माकं आधिक्यं वहति नाम तद् आधारीकृत्य एव वयं ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः। यतोहि जीवः अणु इति वयं ज्ञातवन्तः। अपि तु भगवान् सर्वज्ञः अपि तु विभु इति ज्ञातवन्तः। अतः कथं वा अणुजीवः भगवन्तं ज्ञातुं शक्नोति? अतः शास्त्र एव अस्माकं मार्गः दर्शयति। अपि तु भगवत्तत्त्वविषये वयं त्रीणि सेशन्स् कृतवन्तः। तत्र हरि एव सर्वोत्तमः इति अपि तु तस्य शक्तयः विषये अपि नाम शक्तित्रयं कोटित्रयम् अस्ति शक्तयः शक्तीनां बहिरङ्गशक्तिः यत् प्रपञ्चं नाम भौतिक लौकिकप्रपञ्चं नियन्त्रयति तद्भवति बहिरङ्गशक्तिः। अन्तरङ्गशक्तिः इंटर्नल पोटेन्सी तस्य स्वरूपे स्थिता अस्ति। तदाधारीकृत्य एव तस्य स्वांशाः वर्धन्ते। परा अस्ति तद् नाम इट इस् नाट् मण्डेन् परा नाम इट्स् सुपीरियर् नेचर् स्पिरिचुवल् नेचर् तस्य आन्तरिकशक्ति। बहिरङ्गशक्ति तु जडात्मिका अस्ति गुणात्मिका अस्ति इति। अपि तु अन्या शक्ति अस्ति तटस्था शक्ति इति यत्र वयं सर्वे जीवाः पातयामः नाम तत् कोट्यां वयं स्मः। तत् तटस्थशक्ति मध्ये तिष्ठति नाम जीवम् अन्तरङ्गशक्ति अपि तु बहिरङ्गशक्ति इन्फ्लुयेन्स् कर्तुं शक्नोति। अतः जीवः कथञ्चित् भक्तिविषये नाम भगवतः विषये अनुकूलतया चिन्तयति नाम सेवां करणीयम् इति चिन्तयति। कदाचित् अहं भोगां करोमि अहं मम विषये एव चिन्तयामि एन्जाय् करोमि इति अपि चिन्तयति बहिरङ्गशक्ति इन्फ्लुयेन्स् मध्ये। अतः तटस्था इति उक्तमासीत्। अपि तु वयं रसाः विषये अपि बहु रसानां विषये अपि बहु चर्चितं नाम पञ्चमुख्यरसाः भवन्ति। ते के महारथी वक्तुं शक्नोति वा? वदतु। शान्तरसा
शान्तरस तदनन्तरं साख्यरस
क्रमेण गच्छतु
माधुर्यरस
माधुर्यरस कोऽपि वक्तुं शक्नोति अन्ये के
प्रेमरस
माधुर्यरस सी यू कैन गो क्रमेण गन्तुं शक्नुमः शान्ता इस् न्यूट्रल् पश्चात् भवति दास्यरस सर्विट्यूड् पश्चात् भवति सख्यरस वेर् यू ट्रीट् द लॉर्ड एस् अ फ्रेंड पश्चात् भवति 1 मिनिट् एको भवति सो दास्यरस पश्चात् भवति सख्यरस फ्रेंडशिप रिलेशनशिप भवति पश्चात् वात्सल्य वात्सल्यरस नाम भगवन्तं पुत्र इव वयं चिन्तयामः अग्रे भविष्यति नाम अग्रे माधुर्यरस यत्र वयं भगवन्तं अस्माकं लवर् इति इव चिन्तयामः वयमपि दृष्टवन्तः एतदपि कि ये रसाः नाम माधुर्यरसे सर्वे रसानाम् अंशाः अपि भवन्ति परन्तु तत् संपूर्ण एक्स्प्रेशन भवति माधुर्यरसे नाम इट्स द हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ इंटिमेसी one can have with the Lord. Okay? So एतत् सर्वं चर्चितम् अपि तु जीवतत्त्वविषये अपि त्रीन् अंशान् आसीत् तत्र जीवः कथं वा भगवतः अंशः परन्तु विभिन्न अंशाः इति किञ्चित् नाम भेदः वयं ज्ञातवन्तः नाम स्वांशाः विभिन्नांशाः इति ज्ञातवन्तः अपि तु जीवाः तटस्थशक्ति इति कारणेन प्रकृति इन्फ्लुयेन्स् मध्ये ते कर्म चक्रे बद्धाः भवन्ति अतः नित्यबद्धाः भवन्ति अपि तु ये अस्मिन् प्रपञ्चे एव स्थित्वा भक्तिं सम्पूर्णतया करोति चेत् ते जीवन्मुक्ताः अपि भवितुम् अर्हन्ति अपि तु नाम स्पिरिचुवल् वर्ल्ड् मध्ये नित्यमुक्ताः अपि सन्ति ते सर्वदा भगवतः आनुकूल्येन सेवां कुर्वन्ति तत्र तेषां मध्ये भेदः न भवति नाम अहम् एन्जाय् करोमि इति ते न चिन्तयन्ति एव ओके तदपि वयं चर्चितम् इदानीं एतत् सर्वं एकत्रीकृत्वा अचिन्त्यभेदाभेदतत्त्वं चर्चयिष्यामः अत्र कथं वा फिलासफी वदति भगवतः अपि तु प्रपञ्चस्य अपि तु जीवानाम् अपि तु अन्य स्वांशानां सम्बन्धः कथं वा वयं चिन्तयितुं शक्नुमः इति तद् वदति अद्य वयं चर्चयिष्यामः तद् ओके राधारमणौ जयतः सो अंशः अस्ति हरेः सकलम् अपि भेदाभेद प्रकाशम् इति तद् अंशः तदेव वयं तस्य एव वयं विवरणं चर्चयिष्यामः अत्र अपि अंशद्वयम् अस्ति स्वांश जीव जगताम् अपि तु भगवतः सम्बन्धः कथं वा भेद भवति इति भेदा अभेदौ भवति इति अपि तु कृष्णस्य स्वरूपे एव एतद् भिन्नरीत्या अपि चिन्तयितुं शक्नुमः नाम तस्य नाम गुण लीलादयः तेषां कृते कथं वा एतद् भेदाभेदतत्त्वम् अन्वेति इति अपि चिन्तयितुं शक्नुमः How come this guy is not going? Do you see this black screen? No, right on top, right? No. Okay, that's good. That's only it went away now. Okay, good. There is a point. Okay. आदौ अचिन्त्य भेद अभेद तत्त्वं नाम किम् इति पश्यामः नाम सूक्ष्मतया ओके Bheda nama Bhinnatvam. Difference. Bheda nama difference. So like Ghatat Pataha Bhinnaha. Ghata nama pot. So from the pot, we can say the cloth is different. Correct? Do you agree, Satvik Deepak?
Yeah.
We can say, yeah, the cloth is different from the pot. Correct? That's difference. So we are emphasizing the difference. Okay? And we can see the difference. Obviously, we can see the difference. Agre abhedah nama abhinnatvam. Means there is no difference. How? For example, ekah dhanyaha anya dhanyebhyaha abhinnaha. So if we take a pile of grains, right? Maybe it's very difficult to identify the difference between one grain and other grains. Do you agree or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So maybe
same.
same. Maybe microscopically, if you see, we can do a lot of analysis and we can figure out, maybe this one has this, this one and that one, something. But at our human level, for example, we feel all the grains are same, right? So that's how we see the non-difference, that all the grains are same. They have the same shape, they have maybe same size, they have same color. All the gunaha gunanam samyam bhavati. Okay. Achintyah नाम किम् इत्युक्ते अहम् अत्र लौकिक उदाहरणानि दत्वा किञ्चित् तत्त्वस्य नाम नाम अर्थः स्थापितवती यतोहि तद् अवगम्य वयम् अग्रे भगवतः विषये चिन्तयितुं सुलभः भवति अस्माकम् इति कृत्वा ओके अचिन्त्य नाम एतद् न चिन्त्यः इति अचिन्त्यः एतद् भवति नै तत्पुरुष समासः न चिन्त्यः नै समासः ओके चिन्त्य नाम that which can be thought about becomes चिन्त्यः ओके सामान्य अर्थः भवति चिन्तयितुं न शक्नुमः. So that which we cannot think about, okay, we cannot imagine, that becomes achintya. That is beyond our mental ability, right? So okay, atrapi laukika udaharanani dasyami. Nama kopi ज्ञातुं शक्नोति वा? नाम एकं ओशन् स्वीकृत्य कियत् डीप अस्ति इति कोपि, कियती दीर्घा अस्ति इति कोपि ज्ञातुं नाम मेजर् कर्तुं शक्नोति वा? अपि तु नाम प्रपञ्चे भूतले कियान् रेणवः सन्ति इति कोपि कौण्ट् कर्तुं शक्नोति वा? रेणवः नाम these are the grains of the sand in the world. Can anybody count how many are there?
No.
So at some, so we cannot always say what I see is what I believe. There are many things beyond our ability. So those things our Shastra gives us. We have to accept them, and then we accept them and we move on. So we can make our journey towards self-realization. We cannot always question, okay, show me God, then only I'll believe. You understand, right? Later when you become big, when you start preaching, you will encounter people who will say, oh, you're saying Krishna, Krishna, but where I cannot see Krishna, you show me Krishna, then only I'll believe, they will say. So because you are all faithful, I don't need to go through those discussions. I can always directly say, okay, see, Bhagavatam says Krishna is God, please accept and move on. Okay. So that's how real.
Shraddhavan labhate gnanam, no?
Correct. So little bit Shraddha bhavet. Shraddha nama kim? Shastra artha vishwasaha. Means the faith in the meanings of the Shastra. Shraddha doesn't mean, oh, I like this Mataji, the way she practices everything. Oh, that's why I got faith. Or I like this Prabhuji, he does so many things. We are not based on people, okay? It's based on Shastra, because Shastra will be there forever. People will come and change. Some people will take a process for some time. After some time, they get bewildered and they go away. So we cannot put our faith on the person. We put the faith on the Shastra, and we put the faith in the process. Because the process will work. Irrespective, we see so many people. If you have a big organization, we see so many different types of people. Some people come with mixed motives. They stay, they go, and some people use the organization to exploit and make money or power, prestige, so many things. I think Seema Bhagini can relate to this. So, but that doesn't define that doesn't define or undermine the the pure principles the philosophy is teaching. So if somebody understands the pure philosophies and practices, irrespective of the dynamics of the society or the examples, we can always make progress, and we should always find like-minded people as our ideals. So that way we can always look ahead, instead of looking at people who are doing wrong within the institution, we should look at people who are doing right and who are going ahead, and we should follow their example and take guidance and proceed. Okay, Deepak is mainly for you. Okay, you understand, right? Okay.
Yes, Mata.
Achintya नाम okay, चिन्तयितुं न शक्नुमः. अपि तु अन्यरीत्या अपि वक्तुं शक्नुमः. शास्त्रैकवेद्यता नाम शास्त्र एकवेद्यता मीन्स् शास्त्रात् एव वयं ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः. वेद्यता नाम that which is known. Okay, so that which can be known only through shastra, that is called achintya. Okay, अपि तु शास्त्रैक गोचरता. Gocharata, Vedyata is same. Is that which can be understood only through Shastra. Apitu Tarka Asahishnuta. Asahishnuta. Nama Tarkena Vayam Etad this Nama Nishchayam Praptum Na Shaknumaha. Bhagavata Vishay especially Yatohi वयम् अग्रे एतद् नयामः नेष्यामः वयं पश्यामः कि एकरीत्या पश्यामश्चेत् अभेद इति ज्ञास्यामः, एकरीत्या पश्यामश्चेत् भेद इति ज्ञास्यामः. अतः किं वा अन्ततो गत्वा स्वीकरणीयम् इति बहु नाम मेंटल एक्सरसाइज भविष्यति तर्करीत्या पश्यामश्चेत्. Logically, we can prove there is difference. Logically, we can prove there is non-difference with the Lord and the energies. But finally, if you take one path and logically you try to prove, then you will get very tired because you will anavastha bhavati. Anavastha nama instability. You will go into infinite loop. So you'll understand that this is Veda. Then you say, oh, but there is also non-difference. Oh, how do we do? How do we do? So you keep going like this, and you never reach a conclusion. That's why Achintya nama tarka asahishnuta means it cannot handle tarka. You cannot conclude it by tarka. Okay, Deepak vadatu.
Means that Krishna and Krishna's energy is not different.
That's what we will discuss today.
Yes.
The conclusion will be Acintya-bheda-abheda. Okay, that's what I will hopefully make you understand today, end of the day. Okay. Okay. Next one. Achintya nama bhinna abhinnatvadi vikalpaihi chintayitum ashakyaha. So we cannot put in one bucket. Krishna and Krishna energies are different. We cannot say Krishna and Krishna's energies are non-different. Vikalpai means options. In both of these options, we cannot really think. Ashakya means incapable. We are incapable to think the relationship between the Lord and his energies, Lord and the world, Lord and the Jīvas as either Bhinna or Abhinna. That's why we have this concept of Achintya, where you accept that intrinsic nature of the Lord's potencies to be inconceivable. Okay, I think I forgot to write the English meaning of the whole sentence. The English meaning is simultaneous, inconceivable, difference and oneness. Or actually in English it flows better reverse way. So simultaneous, inconceivable, oneness and difference. That is the tattva of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Simultaneous means ekada, one time only, it's immediately. It's not that one time is Veda, one time is Abheda. Okay. Same time, simultaneously there is difference, simultaneously there is non-difference. That is the relationship between Bhagavan and world, Bhagavan and Jīvas, and Bhagavan and energies. Okay, that's what we will hopefully understand in more depth in today's session. Okay, Samanya vivaranam dasyami adau. Etohi etad bahu nama not tarkika, technical subject asti. So we are trying to break it down, make it simple for understand. Let's see. Okay, Shakti, this is a basic underlying principle of the Acintya-bheda-abheda-tattva. What is this? Is Shakti matoho madhye Acintya-bheda-abheda sambandha. Okay, so what are this? Shakti nama energy, Shakti mataha nama Shakti mataha is a Shashti Vibhakti, Shakti matoho is a Shashti Vibhakti in Dvivachanam. The Pratipadikam kim bhavati, Maharati, Narsimha vaktum shaknoti va?
Shaktiman.
Shaktiman, Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Pratipadikam kim bhavati? Shaktimat. Bhagavat, Shaktimat. Okay? Shaktiman, Shakti. Aho, katam bhavati Pratama line? Pratama Vibhaktyam.
Shaktimantah.
Ekaikam vadatu, ekaikam vadatu.
Shaktiman, Shaktimantau, Shaktimantah. Shaktimantam, Shaktimantu,
Enough, enough.
Shaktimatah.
Enough. Okay? Good. Okay? Understand, right? So, Shaktiman nama, Shaktihi tasya asti iti Shaktiman. Okay? So, that means he possesses the energies. The one who possesses the energy is called Shaktiman. Okay? So, that's what. It's Vatu Pratyaya, but because of the transform, but in combinations, it becomes Mat. Okay? भेदः किमर्थम् एतद् अङ्गीक्रियते भेदः कथं भवति इत्युक्ते शक्तिपरिणामवादः इति दर्शने एतद् अस्माकं दर्शने उक्तमासीत् अस्ति शक्तिपरिणामवादः नाम शक्ति एव परिणमति परन्तु ब्रह्म नाम परब्रह्म न परिणामं प्राप्नोति अतः भेदः अस्ति नाम द एनर्जी ट्रान्स्फार्म्स् Maya, material energy transforms and creates this material world. But the Lord is untouched and he never undergoes any transformation. That's why there's a difference. Abheda katam ityukte Shaktiman Shaktehe Ashrayah. The Lord, the Shaktiman, the one who possesses the energies, is the base or is the shelter of the energies. Shaktehe Ashrayah. Ataha Abhedaha. Nama Vayam शक्तिमतः दूरं कर्तुं शक्नुमः वा एतद् चिन्तयतु अग्रे उदाहरणानि दास्यामि उदाहरणं लौकिके अपि एतद् वयं ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः बहु सन्दर्भेषु यतोहि पश्यतु दीपः अस्ति कान्तिः अस्ति एतद् भवति गुण वयं न्यायमध्ये पठितवन्तः गुणगुणिनोः समवायसम्बन्धः इति समवाय नाम intrinsic relationship. That's a technical term in nyaya. So between the guna, the quality, and guninaha, now it is a person who possesses the quality, there is a intrinsic dependency relationship. Okay, that is samavaya sambandha. So similarly, that's what we are seeing here. Deepah asti परन्तु दीपः ज्वलति चेत् कान्तिं ददाति अतः वयं दीपम् अपि तु दीपकान्त्योः नाम भेदं कर्तुं शक्नुमः वा like can we differentiate like if the light is coming obviously it's coming from the deepa correct understand can we separate the light which deepa is emanating from the deepa at the same time we cannot tell light itself is deepa correct. Understand, right? So that's the key actually. So for example, apitu between the I think I should get an animation here. Okay, here it's coming. See, for example, deepa ekatra eva deepah tishtati prakoshte. Parantu prakoshtam sarvatra tad nama prakasham varda nama stapayati. So one place the lamp is staying, but the light is spreading all over the room. Correct? So that's why simultaneously it's in one place and simultaneously it has its energy in that room. Right? Same time. Like that. Similarly, Agnihi Tapaha. Agnihi Bhavati, Agnihi Tapasya, heat, fire and heat. Because of the heat generating from the fire, people can get warmth. But we cannot separate the heat from the fire. At the same time, heat itself is not the fire. Similarly, Kasturi Gandhaha, sandalwood and the smell. So these are all like Guna Guninoha Sambandhaha. Okay, that's what it is. Kasturi means sandalwood, and sandalwood has intrinsically has its smell. So we can smell it from far away, but the source of that smell is the sandalwood. Okay, we cannot separate the smell and the sandalwood. You understand little bit now where we are going into? Little bit, the kids, are you able to understand?
Yes, Mataji.
Sima? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So if you understand the worldly examples, it will be easy to map that into the in the world of the spiritual world. Okay. So let's go to the next one now. So katam va Śrī-Kṛṣṇah etad pradarshyatum shaknoti nama ekatra asti parantu sarvatra vyaptah asti katam va jnatum shaknumah ityukte etad eshah shlokah vadati. Deepak Bhavan eva vadatu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. य एव विग्रहो व्यापी परिचिन्नः स एव हि एकस्यैवैकदा चास्य द्विरूपत्वं विराजते.
Okay. So Krishna ekatra eka vigrahavan asti. Nama tasya svarūpah Satchidananda vigraha. Parantu tasya shaktayah sarvatra prasarati. Shaktya saha Shaktibihi saha sarvatra asti api. Tadeva vayam nama Shaktiman saha asti. Parantu tasya shaktayah sarvatra santi. Ataha abheda bhedah. भावार्थः महारती पठतु.
भावार्थ अस्य एकस्य कृष्णस्य विग्रह एकदा एव द्विरूपत्वं विराजते. When परिच्छिन्नः तु व्यापी च.
कृष्णस्य विग्रहः एव नाम तस्य form, form eva ekada simultaneously eva dvirupatvam means two forms virajate, it's manifesting. One bhavati parichinnaha nama limited in form, like how he is in dvibhuja rupatvam goloke asti tasya. Apitu vyapi nama sarvatra asti. Tadapi tasya eva rupam nama energy, tasya shakti rupam. Okay. अपितु भागवते भगवद्गीतायामपि उक्तमासीत् अस्ति. पठतु नरसिंह.
अया तदमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना अधिष्ठानि सर्वभूतानि न साहं तेषु वस्थितः.
सो एतदपि सः उक्तवान् मया एव अव्यक्तरूपेण इदं सम्पूर्णं जगत् व्याप्यमस्ति. सो सम्पूर्ण जगत् तस्य शक्तिभिः व्याप्यः अस्ति नाम स्प्रेड. He spread throughout the creation, spiritual material creation, by his energies. Sarve bhutani mai stitani santi. All the living entities are in him Krishna. Kintu aham teshu na stitaha. So somebody may think, oh, if Krishna is spread everywhere, then he is lost, right? There is no existence for him because everything what we see is him. So there is no real person. No, he has through his impersonal Brahman is spread everywhere. Through Paramatma is in everybody's heart. Through his energies is everywhere. But still he has that vigraha, parichinna vigraha in the spiritual world where he is having his pastimes. Okay. So for example, Shaktibihi sarvatra asti. Sahatu द्विभुजरूपेण गोलोके निजधाम्नि vilasan kurvan asti. Okay, that's the essence, okay, of the whole thing. Understand? Just because Krishna is spread everywhere by his energy doesn't mean he's lost. That's one verse in what is this? Brahma Samhita says this. Not Brahma Samhita. What is this? I think Ishopanishad, right? Om Purnamadam. Kopi Janat Smarati va?
Om Purnamidam Purnamidam Purnat Purna Pravakshate
Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnaya Purna
Purnasya Purnamadaya
Ya Purnameva Vidichyate.
Okay, Marathi Bhavan vadatu ekavaram. Or go Deepak, if you know, you tell.
No, Mataji, I don't know.
Marathi vadatu.
Purnamidam
Om
Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Mudachyate.
Om Purnamadam Purnavidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamaya Purnameva Vidachyate.
Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. So what this sloka is telling is, if you take, like for example, in mathematics, 1 minus 1 will be 0. Correct, Deepak? But Krishna is Purnam, and he emanates lot of Purnani, like the Purna, the universe is complete in itself. And there are many spiritual planets, they are complete in itself. It is said that whatever is needed for our enjoyment is there completely within this universe. We don't have to go and borrow things from other universe, like that. So it's completely made complete. So even though so many complete things are emanating from Krishna, still he remains a complete whole. So that's the meaning of this shloka. Okay. So in spiritual mathematics, 1 minus infinite is equal to 1. Okay. Even though so many infinite things come, still he remains the whole, complete whole. Okay. Okay. That's what is the shloka. Okay. Next, now we'll go to Swamsha Jīva-jagatam katam va bhagavatah sambandhah Acintya-bheda-abheda iti jñāsyāmah iti vayam charchayishyāmah. Okay. Swamshaha avataraha cha. So Swamshaha nama, the expansions the Lord has, which are in the spiritual world, like Narayanadayaha in the spiritual world. Avataraha te avataranti prapanche nama Matsya Kurmadayaha. There little difference between both of them. Both are Lord's personal expansions, and they, in the sense of, they both have spiritual potencies, exactly like the Lord. Swamshaha samashakti. Lord madhye katam bhagavatah katam bhagavate katam kiyati shakti asti teshamapi tavati asti parantu avataraha kinchit nuna shakti santi tesham. Okay, that's the only difference, but otherwise they are all spiritual, like full of svarūpa shaktyam eva santi te sarve. Ataha and Swamshaha विषये वयं पूर्वमेव चर्चितं. कोऽपि I think Bhargavi Bhagini पठितुं शक्नोति वा? Okay.
तत्र द्विविध अंशाः स्वांश विभिन्नांशाश्च विभिन्नांशास्तटस्थ शक्त्यात्मका जीवा इति वक्ष्यते. स्वांशास्तु गुणलीलाद्य अवतारभेदेन विविधाः.
Okay, so कोटिद्वयम् अस्ति अंशानां कृते. अंशेषु स्वांशाः विभिन्नांशाः इति. स्वांशाः नाम एतद् भवति गुणलीलादि अवताराः, विभिन्नांशाः नाम जीवाः. तावदेव. एतद्वयं जीवतत्त्वे चर्चितं पूर्वस्यां कक्षायां. सो स्वांशाः नाम तदेकात्मरूपाः इति टेक्निकल टर्म रूपगोस्वामी दत्तवान्. तदेकात्मरूपा नाम किम्? उदाहरणं पश्यामः. चतुर्व्यूहः, एतदपि चर्चितं. चतुर्व्यूहः नाम वासुदेव, प्रद्युम्न, अनिरुद्ध, संकर्षण, पुरुषत्रयं, कारणोदकशायि विष्णु, क्षीरोदकशायि विष्णु, and गर्भोदकशायि विष्णु. अपि तु वैकुण्ठनाथाः सर्वे बहवः नारायणाः, लीलावताराः, गुणावतारः इत्यादयः. लीलावतार we discussed like मत्स्यकूर्मादयः. गुणावतारः नाम ब्रह्म विष्णु महेश्वरः. एते सर्वे स्वांशाः एव. अत्र लीला नाम गुणावताराः, लीलावतार, अवताराः इति कथ्यन्ते. अन्ये तु स्वांशाः इति नार्मल् टर्म्. सो सः भवति महाविष्णु, कारणोदकशायि विष्णु. We discussed last time, right? So when he exhales, all the universes come, and when he inhales, all the universes go inside his body, and in each universe again he expands as he lies down as a Garbhodaka on the Garbhodaka ocean, and he, as a Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, from his navel comes Brahma, lotus flower. On top comes Brahma and all the other details. Okay, Narasimha Vadatu.
Oh, in 1 second only for him, in 1 second only when he does exhaling and inhaling, it goes everything. But for us, so much time.
Yes, yes. And universe, each universe is has it stays until 100 years of Brahma. Okay, that is the lifespan of one universe.
Each
And of
Brahma,
course,
sir.
yeah. No, listen first. Each universe is headed by Brahma. In the sense, Brahma is the creator of the universe. So the universe stays as much as one life of Brahma, which is equal to 100 years of his time. Okay, his time. We can discuss, there are so many measurements, always, you can always look up what is the life of Brahma, we can check. And his life day, in 1 day of Brahma, there are like 14 Manus come, and in day is divided into Manus, like 14 Manus, and eventually comes down to 4 yugas together. It's called Chatur Yuga or Kalpa. That Kalpa keeps repeating. There are many Kalpas within each in his day. And the Kalpa is nothing but 4 yugas. So Satya Yuga, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Okay. So like that, so many of them keep rotating. And each Kali Yuga itself is the measure of Marti. In the meantime, you can try to search what is the age of Kali Yuga. Okay. It is
432,000 something.
Correct. So that is the age of Kali Yuga, 4,32,000 years, I think. That's what it is.
For Brahma's 1 day is for us 1 year, or Brahma's 1 minute is 1 year for us.
Yeah, Brahma's approximately we can check that. For example, in Brahma Vimohana Leelayam, Brahma Ekanimsha Paryantam Gatavan. Parantu Asmakam Krute Ekavarsha Paryantam Abhavat. So his 1 second, 1 moment of his time is equal to 1 year for us.
1 second or 1 minute?
1 second or minute, whatever we have to see in the, in the, what is this exact dimension. And also online, if you search what is the life of Brahma, it will give you, or even the day of Brahma, it will give you, the full big number. Very big number is there.
Bhagini, you refer to, Kshamatam, you refer to a book. What was that?
Which
Brahma?
Brahma Samhita. Oh, for the Om Purnamadam Shloka?
Just now for the measurement of Brahma and all.
Oh, measurement, it's in Bhagavatam actually. Just you can search, life of Brahma on Google, or you can just on the side, you can say ISKCON or something, just in case. Then you will get the whole, day of Brahma. What is the size of Brahma's day? Like that. Okay. So Narasimha asked this question. So that big is the Brahma's life, and that is equal to 1 exhale of Mahavishnu. So when he inhales, that whole cycle of Brahma is finished. That 100 years are finished, and the universe gets annihilated, and all the Jīvas go back into Vishnu's body, and the material elements go back into the Pradhana stage. Okay, so that's how it is. So that's why it's called Ma. You got it? Vadatu.
In Hindu cosmology, Lord Brahma's lifespan is equivalent to 100 of his own years, which translates to 311.04 trillion human years.
Okay.
1,000 cycles.
1,000 of kalpas. There will be 1,000 kalpas.
And 1 Chatur Yuga is 432,000 human years. And divine year is 720,000.
No, that's Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is 4,320,000 years. Correct?
And 1 divine year is 7.
1 divine is 4 yugas together. So each yuga will become double. Kali Yuga is 432,000, and next Treta Yuga will be double of this, 432 into 2. and Dwapara will be into like that, the middle one into 2, like that. That will become the 4 yugas together. If you are interested, next class I will present you the chart, timeline between Brahma and us, all that stuff. But otherwise, I can research and give you a link or a screenshot in the chat WhatsApp group. Okay, now everybody come back to this. Narsima,
Yeah.
don't get lost in the universe. Come back. Okay. Abheda katam iti dhyasyamaha. Abheda nama. So avataranam swamshanam apitu bhagavataha abheda katam ityukte svarūpataha eva abheda vartate. Nama tasmat स्वयं रूपात् अभेदेन विराजते ते. स्वयं रूपात् नाम कृष्णस्य रूपात् अभेदेन विराजते, आकृतिभिः एव अन्यादृक्. So exactly the same potencies they also have completely abhedena, and even they are fully spiritual. They can also give liberation like Narayana, Vaikuntha, Rama, everybody, everything. There is no difference. Only thing is little difference is there. Akriti-bihi anyadrik. For example, Matsya appears different, Kurma appears different, Narayana has 400 forms, Krishna appears different. That's the difference. Okay, that's the Abheda. Here Abheda is they are actually same potencies as the Lord. Bheda kutra vartate ityukte amshatvam nama shaktinam tada alpamsha prakashita. So when compared to Krishna, they exhibit only little less amount of energies, not fully as Krishna does. That's the only difference. Prakashita, they don't exhibit that all the potencies. That's all, but they have all the potencies. Okay, so that's why there's a difference. For example, Krishna eva ete vishesha gunaha santi iti vayam purvam uktam asmabhihi uktam. Leela prema venu rupa madhuryani iti. Krishnasya leela yaha apitu prema. So his pastimes has very, very special pastimes he performs, and he's always surrounded with loving devotees, and the way he plays the flute is very unique, and his saundaryam also very little bit special when compared to other avatars. Okay, so that's why there is a beda between avataraha also. Okay, next, I think that next we will see Jīvaha. Jīvanam krute Bhagavataha katam va Veda abhedam ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः इति. एतदपि वयं वदतु.
ममैव अंशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मुनिश्रेष्ठानि इन्द्रियाणि
प्रकृतिस्थानि
कर्षति.
दीपक वदतु, किमपि प्रष्टव्यं वा?
Mataji, that you showed that in previous slide, in each universe there is a separate Brahma for one universe, and
Correct.
same Shiva also.
Yes.
Okay, for each universe there is different Shiva. Then
in each universe there is a sun, there is a moon, there is Shiva, there is all the devatas, Indra, everybody are there. Their expansion.
But Brahma comes with Shiva has his own planet. He stays only in one place.
No. Shiva main, Sadashiva is there in spiritual world, but his Rudra, like the one who he's the one who destroys the universe. No, Brahma Shiva Maheshwara. Narsima, Brahma Shiva Maheshwara. There are Gunavataraha. So each of the universe they're in charge. Brahma is in charge of creation, Vishnu for maintenance, and Shiva for destruction. Tandava Nritya Karoti. Yada universe annihilate bhavet tada saha Tandava Nityam Krutva Agnim Stapayati the Sarvam Basmi Bhavati tada Basmi Bhuta Bhavati. Deepak vadatu.
So Sadashiva is existed in the spiritual world. Who is the first Uttama Vaishnava?
So Shiva, as I said, Shiva is like, we consider Shiva as Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. So he is the greatest Vaishnava, and he is doing the service to the Lord. It's a service to annihilate the universe, and he does many services of guiding, all people whom cannot approach Vishnu, like all kinds of, all the people who put vibhuti and they are very unclean. All kinds of people can take shelter of Shiva. So he is very, very merciful. He is very Ashutosh. He is very kind. Okay. But the Sadashiva, that's why this is one of the Nama Aparad actually. Main Nama Aparad to consider the demigods to be completely different or independent of Vishnu. So we cannot, this also again, we should discuss this Acintya-bheda-abheda-tattva in relation to demigods also, we could discuss, right? So how they are, because they are also created by the Lord and they are administrators of the universe, they're doing their service. But at the same time, they are not, they have given certain jurisdiction. Like for example, Indra and Brahma, they cannot give liberation. Only Vishnu Tattva can give liberation. And the Sadashiva in spiritual world actually is considered Narayana only. His name is Sadashiva. That's all.
But does he have Trishula everything?
1 minute. So that is little bit complex subject. Shiva Tattva is actually very complex subject, and I myself have not studied in depth. Maybe at some point, I can study a little bit more and present it. Especially, and also in Brahma Samhita it is discussed. Yata, how the yogurt is different from the milk. See, milk we boil and we put some yogurt culture and we make it a yogurt. So yogurt is same as milk, at the same time different from milk, correct or no? Yes?
Yes.
So similarly, that's the example they give for Shiva. So Shiva is actually main potency who is in charge of this, who creates this, that's called Shambhu Shakti, which touches the material energy, Durga Shakti, and it impregnates through that, Vishnu impregnates the living entities into the universe. But at the same time, we cannot say is completely, so Shiva has its own tattva actually. We didn't discuss so far about tattvas. There is one Vishnu tattva, okay, where all the Vishnus like Vaikunta, Narayana, Vaikunte Narayana, Apitu, Matsya Kurmadayaha, all the Dashavataras and Krishna, Rama, everybody come into Vishnu tattva. That is one category. Other category is Shakti tattva, like Radharani and all her potencies who give pleasure to the Lord. They become like Durga, everybody, they also become Shakti tattva. And the other category completely different is called Shiva tattva, unique for himself, because we cannot consider Shiva as, and later then it comes to Jiva tattva, all of us. Okay. So Shiva is not a Jiva, Shiva is not Vishnu. That's why he has very special position. Okay. That's a very unique contribution from this darshana. Hopefully 1 point, and very complex also. Hopefully at 1 point, we can discuss that in depth. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll come to this. Next, jiveshu katam va anveti iti pashyamaha. Etadvayam charchitam, asmabhih charchitam. Krishnasya eva amshaha jivaha iti. कीदृश अंशः इत्युक्ते विभिन्न अंशाः इति, नाम विशेषतः भिन्नः अंशः. They are separated parts, just like सूर्यः, सूर्यरश्मयः. How Surya Rashmis is coming from Surya, but they are spread out and they are, they're separated from the Surya. Ataha te api jivaha api bahireva tishtanti. Okay, bahireva tishtanti. Okay, next one. Abhedah katam ityukte tasya eva shaktihi. Vayam charchitam kalu. Asmabhih charchitam kalu. Shakti matoho abhedah vartate iti. His energy, just as energy cannot be, like we cannot separate the heat from the fire. Similarly, we cannot separate his energy from himself. Because we know Jivas fall into Tatastha Shakti. Of course, there is no difference between him and his energy. Okay, in that relation, because he is the adhara of this energy. In that sense, there is abheda. Okay, and bheda katam bhavati ityukte evam ritya bhavati bhedaha akare bhedah asti jivaha anu asti vibhu asti bhagavan nama sarvatra asti shaktya shaktibihi saha sarvatra asti apitu paramatma rupena sarvatra asti. Maya sambandha katam ityukte Jivaha Maya Vashyah, which is controlled by Maya, Jiva. Whereas Bhagavan, Maya Niyantrakaha. Correct? We discussed that shloka, right? Maya Dyakshena Prakriti. Vadatu Narsima?
मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरं हेतुना अनेन कौन्तेय जगत् परिवर्तते.
मया अध्यक्षेण प्रकृति एतत् जीवान् नाम मैनिफेस्ट करोति. What is this? Maya dikshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetuna anena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. Because of the living entities and they have desires for karma, they have desires for actions, the whole material universe gets transformed because of their actions and reactions. So that's why jivas are controlled by the material energy, whereas Bhagavan says mama maya duratyaya, he says daivihi esha mama maya duratyaya. Mama maya iti vadati saha. Daivi maya iti vadati. And that shakti sarvada asmin darshane bhagavataha adinah eva tishtati. Goloke api tu bhuloke nama ya bhuloke prapanche api. Nama Radharani is the personification of the Hladini potency, right? And her main thing is to serve Krishna and give pleasure to Krishna. But sometimes Krishna wants her to become angry. That's what he likes. Krishna wants her to become angry. So she exhibits that mood of mana at that time. Okay. But so she, even though she's fully independent, she will be independent as much as it gives pleasure to Krishna. You know, you see the point, right? So that's how, the antaranga internal potency is also completely under his potency, but at the same his control. But at the same time, he forgets his own potency to enjoy the pastimes, because he cannot be thinking all the time, I am God, everything, right? Similarly, all the Goloka Vasinaha, they api vismruta vismaranti saha Bhagavan asti iti. They even though they have full knowledge that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he's in charge of everything, he controls everything, but they are more attracted to his personal characteristics. His form, his rupam, his activities, the way he interacts with people, how he teases the gopis, or how he plays with his friends, how he is very, he has the strength to defeat the demons, all these things. They are more attracted to the personal characteristics of the Lord more than his form, that he's a boss, he controls everything, everybody has to offer everything to him. Bhogeshwarya, like what is this verse in Bhagavad Gita 5.29? Bhoktaram Marathi vadatu?
भोक्तारं मेघदुसां लोकमेश्वरं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा प्रतिमुच्यते.
सम्यक्तया न वदति भवान्. महारथी वदतु. नरसिंह एकवारम् अहं महारथी
भोक्तारं यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमेश्वरं सततं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छसि.
Okay, next time Narasimha aham chance dasyami chet savadhanataya shanaihi vadatu. Okay, nobody will understand if you go like an express train. Okay, we are not showing off here, we are trying to share. Understand? Okay. Apitu gunadinaha. Okay, जीवाः guna नाम किं सत्त्व रजस् तमाः. Okay, tasya adhinah bhavati जीवः, परन्तु भगवान् गुणातीतः, no sattva gune eva tishtati. Rajas sorry, not sattva, shuddha sattva gune eva vishuddha sattva gune eva tishtati sada. Nama tishtati, he himself is beyond the modes basically. Okay, amshaha jivaha amshaha bhavati, Bhagavan amshi bhavati. Okay, amshi nama adaraha, from him all the amshas come. Okay, that's the relationship between jiva and the Lord, how it is abhedaha bedaha. So who is this? Deepak, so you understand so far? You're following the thing?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Oh, Ramani Bhagini joined Kutavati. I didn't pay attention when she joined.
Idanimeva.
So, Idanimeva. Okay, good. So, Vayam, we are trying, I'll just briefly summarize. So, we discussed what is the Acintya-bheda-abheda-tattva, how do we understand, and then discussed common understanding based on the worldly things. Like, for example, we cannot separate the energy from the energetic. Like, we cannot separate heat from the light, heat from the fire. Like that, there is a simultaneous oneness and difference between the Lord and his potencies, Lord and energies, Lord and Jīvas, Lord and his world. That's what we are discussing. We discussed the relationship between his energies so far, Avatāras so far, and we are discussing here in this slide relationship between Jīvas and Bhagavan, how it becomes Abheda and Bhedaha. Okay, and then that's what we discussed. Now we'll go to the next one. Okay. जगतः विषये वयं बहु न चर्चितं यतोहि नाम भगवान् अपि वदति what is this गीतायां दुःखालयम् अशाश्वतम् इति अतः that also there and अनित्यम् असुखं लोकम् इति and we also have practical experience what is this world about. So we didn't discuss much about, but we could definitely discuss about creation, how it happens, maybe later sessions we could do all these things, but for example, but we'll discuss little bit here. So let's see who can. Ramani Bhagini patitum shaknoti va?
अस्तु भेदाभेदात्मकं विश्वं सत्यं किन्तु विनश्वरं न तत्र जीवजातानां नित्यसम्बन्ध एव च न ब्रह्म परिणामो वै शक्तेः परिणतिः किल स्थूललिङ्गात्मकं विश्वं भोगायतनमात्मनः.
Okay, so Vishwamapi Bheda Abhedatmakam. Okay, and Asmin Darshane Vishwam Satyam Asti, Jagat Satyam Asti, Jagat Mithya Nasti, Jagat Satyam Asti. Parantu temporary Asti, Vinashwaram, Nashyati. No, creation happens, creation dissolves. Atha temporary Asti. Apitu na tatra Jiva Jatanam Nitya Sambandha. So Jiva Parashakti. अतः भौतिकप्रपञ्चे तेषां नित्यसम्बन्धः नास्ति. Somehow they identify with the sharira and they think, oh, I'm this body, and they start developing all the relations with respect to body. No, once you identify I'm the body, then oh, my wife, my child, my mother, or then we say my caste, my country. It expands like anything, and we say my nation, my species. It's all coming from that ahankara. Who am I? I am this body, coming from there. But if we understand we are the soul, eventually, that's what the part of self-realization, then we'll understand actually we don't have any deep relationship with this world, and that's why we should not be attached. Even while we are here in our journey towards the spiritual path, we should just do as necessary to maintain our body and soul together and progress in our spiritual path. Okay, apitu anyat eka asti darshane brahma parinamaha. Etad purvam uktam. Brahma nama parabrahma Krishnasya parinamah na bhavati jagatyam. Parantu shakteha pariniti bhavati. The energy, the Maya Shakti is the one which transforms itself and creates this material creation. But the Lord, even though he is in a Karnadaksha Vishnu, is lying in midst of this ocean, still he is spiritually situated. He is not touched by the modes, he is not touched by the Maya Shakti, he is not transformed at all. So that's the difference between energies and the Lord. Brahma na parinamati. And when any time Brahma is not covered by Maya, any time. So that's the difference between other Siddhanta we studied and this Siddhanta. But the transformation happens in Shakti. Stula lingatmakam vishwam bhogayatana matmana bhogayatana matmanaha atmanaha bhoga ayatanam nama agre bhavishyati ayatanaha nama atmana jivasya bhogasya adharaha ayatanam nama adharaha. So this, because of identification with the body, prapancha becomes adharaha for jivasya bhogaha. Okay, vishwam stula lingatmakam. So vishve kim bhavati, prapancha is stula vastuni santi, subtle vastuni api santi. Kete stula vastuni vadatu narsimha ekavaram bhumirapo analo vayu iti kshanai vadatu.
Bhagini ek nimish.
Bhumirap.
BVT stands for Bhagavat Tattvam va?
No, Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
Okay, धन्यवाद.
Vadatu bhumirapo analo vayu.
Bhumirap analo vayu khamana buddhireva ca अहङ्कार इति यं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरस्तथा
Ah.
तत् कुत्र
So there
अस्ति?
भगवद्गीतायामेव अस्ति भूमिरापनलवायु अतः भवान् सम्यक्तया स्मरति ओके सो अत्र भूमि आपो अनलो वायु कम् एतत् स्थूलवस्तूनि परन्तु लिङ्गात्मक सटल आर् what is this mind intelligence false ego okay rest of the shloka says that this Bhagavad Gita verse okay see bhogasya adharah so everybody is trying to enjoy in this material world so that world is creating that platform for that okay next one is katam va abhedah iti ज्ञास्यामः इत्युक्ते श्रीकृष्णः शक्ति एव अतः बहिरंग शक्ति अतः तस्य अपि तु भगवतः अभेदं कर्तुं न शक्नुमः so we cannot भेदं कर्तुं न शक्नुमः so because we cannot separate how we cannot separate the heat from the fire we cannot separate the energy from the Lord okay so these are the two verses I think we discussed both of them so I'll move on भेदः कथम् इत्युक्ते एवं रीत्या भवति Maya bhavati jadatmika. No, because like all this earth, water, fire, air, ether, all these are jada padartha santi. Tasyam. Bhagavan Satchidananda Vigraha. He is not touched by the material modes. Even if he appears in this world, he is not touched by the material energies and entities. Trigunatmika, Trigunatmika asti Maya. No, she embodies the three gunas actually. Parantu saha gunatitaha. Ataha Maya vashyah na. Parivartate. Maya transforms itself to create this. See, all this material energy, as I discussed, goes through 6 transformation. Asti, tishtati, vardate, then nashyati, like that. There is a very nice 6 transformation. So it stays, then it grows, then it produces byproducts, then it maintains for some time, then it diminishes gradually, it deteriorates and diminishes. So anything in the world, if you take, it goes through the same transformation. Same thing with, even if you take at a universe level, or even if you take at a small microscopic level, everything is, universe also starts as a golden seed and grows big. It stays for some time and then finally it gets destroyed, right? And similarly, each of us, we take a material body, it initially, it's a seed, then, the body grows, then we stay for some time in our 20s, then we produce byproducts, we give children, then we become old gradually, and then the body dies. The soul is eternal. Nothing happens to the soul. Okay, so that's all the transformations go through in the Bahiranga Shakti. Okay, parantu vayam charchitam kalu asmabhi charchitam jivah tu avyayah asti. Avyaya nama tasya transformation eva nasti. Yatohi jiva shakti parashakti asti. Spiritual energy asti. Spiritual energy madhye transformation na bhavishyati. Okay. Okay, Śrī-Kṛṣṇasya svarūpe. Oh wow, today we very late. Okay, this is actually one slide only. So let's finish it up. So Śrī-Kṛṣṇasya nama rupa guna leeladayah katam va tasmin tasyam leeladayah teshu katam va teshu etad nama tattvam anveti iti pashyamah. Okay. कोऽपि पठितुं शक्नोति वा सीमा भगिनी?
कृष्ण नाम कृष्ण गुण कृष्ण लीला वृंद कृष्णेर स्वरूप सम सब चिदानंद.
So nama guna leela ityadayah abhinnatvam vartate. There is no difference between Krishna, the way we think of Krishna as two-handed form, the person, and all his name, guna, leela, everything is absolute, everything is spiritual. So if you meditate on Krishna's form or meditate on Krishna's leela, or we take his name, we have the same potency for us. Okay? Sarvam, Swarupa Shakti, tasya, sama, equal potency of the Lord. And Sarvam Chidananda, full of knowledge and happiness. Okay? So Krishna's Damodar pastime where Yashoda Mata ties him up because he does naughty things. During Kartik Masa, we'll discuss his pastime in detail. Okay. So some shlokas here reference. So Deha Dehir Nama Namir Krishne Nahi Beda. This is Beda. This is Bengali. So between the body and the person who possesses the body, there's no difference. See, for Jiva, I am something, but my body is something, right? That's why you say my body. But for Krishna, there's nothing. Because he himself is the body, because it's a spiritual body. And all of us, when we realize our spiritual identity, that's how we will have the soul itself as a spiritual body. But there's a way why we tell we have a body, for Krishna also. That's Aupacharika. Because of official, just to have discussion, Aupacharikena vayam vadamaha, Krishnasya shariram iti. Parantu tasya kopi bheda nasti. Deha dehi vibhedoyam neshware vidyate kvachit. Na ishware vidyate. Ishware deha dehi bhedaha na vidyate. Okay, another thing is Nama Chintamani Krishna Abhinatvat etad samasa asti Abhinatvat Nama Namino Abhinatvam vartate. Ataha, whatever qualities Krishna has, he has invested in his names. So and one way, actually there's difference. What is that one way? Is that Krishna's name is more merciful than Krishna himself, because we can easily access his name. We are not able to see his form, whom we are hankering to see, but we can utter his name so easily. And our one teacher, I also hear his classes. Our mentor, Haripashad Prabhu, he is in his class. He says he's doing a series called Chaitanya Shikshashtakam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote 8 shlokas. So Prabhuji is going deep into each shloka, each word, and from the commentaries and discussing. He's one of the Sanskrit scholars in our ISKCON right now. And he's going very deep. Shikshashtakam, it's all about Sankirtan Yagya and each word, what it means, and very beautiful shlokas. So there he says that actually, when we came to Krishna consciousness, Krishna personally didn't come into our home and tell, please take up bhakti. Devotees came and devotees told his name first. When somebody told Krishna, when they told his form, then immediately we were like, oh, I'm attracted to this person. I want to know more about him. That's how we all came to Krishna consciousness. So first, that's why his name is more merciful than himself. That name is accessible for everybody. And Chaitanya Shikshashtake Vadati, Nakopi, there are no rules, hard and fast rules to chant his names. Anywhere, wherever we are, even in the restrooms, we can utter his names with the mouth. Of course, when we do japa with the mala, then there are recommendations that we should take bath and sit properly and do, so that we can enhance our japa. But just with the mouth, the more you chant his names, the more purified we are and more progress we make in the spiritual path. So that's why his name is so sweet. And Vibheti Swayam Bhayam iti uktamasit uktam Bhagavate. So Swayam Bhayam also, the fear personified, gets scared of the holy name. That's what is given, in the sense that he cannot stay the potency of the holy name. That's what is given in Bhagavatam. Okay. Aupacharika eva atra bhedaha deha dehinoho. When we say Krishna form, just for the sake of official discussion. But otherwise, there is no difference. Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti, the Brahma Samhitayam. Nama, with this, all his angas, not only there is no difference between his body and himself, each of his limb can function as any other limb. So it is said, when we offer prasadam, bhoga to the Lord every day, devotees are recommended. We discussed this in sadhana section. When we cook bhoga without onion, garlic, without, nishiddha padarthaha, when we cook bhoga and we make a plate and put it in front of Krishna, we put tulsi leaf and we say prayers to our acharyas. There's a process how we offer. When we offer, so somebody asked question, oh, how do we know Krishna ate? We leave for 5 minutes the plate and we bring it back. We mix it back into our original preparations and we honor it as prasadam. So when the kids were small, they were asking, oh, Mama, how do we know Krishna ate this? We didn't see him come and eat. How do we know? So that's what it is said. Krishna eats with his eyes. He eats with his ears. He actually accepts the bhava in that, not just the items. in general, in the which are manifesting, right? He accepts the feeling that we are trying to, accept his mercy in the form of prasadam, not be enjoyer. So he accepts that through his eyes. And there is a very nice pastime also. That's a Gopal, right? Maruti? Swarativa, like Gopal Guru. That not Gopal Guru. The Brahmana in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. Can you, if anybody remembers, Maruti Narsima, can you share? Narsima?
न जाने.
Na jane. Okay. So basically, one Brahmana was making nice offering, and he's very sincerely is offering to Krishna deity and saying, "Oh Krishna, please accept," like that he was doing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time that time. So Chaitanya Prabhu only Krishna, right? So he goes while he's offering, he goes and eats that boga. Then Brahmana becomes very angry.
Oh, that
Ayyo,
one.
he says, "Arey, my boga got contaminated. This boy came and ate before Krishna ate. What is this?" Then he says, "No, no, no." Again, he takes bath and makes nice boga, and again he offers. Then again, Nimai comes and eats like that. Nimai is the childhood name is called Nimai. So 2 times happens like that. Then he becomes very mad. Then finally, I think Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifests his form to show as Krishna form to show that you are offering to me and so sincerely you are telling me, please come and accept. How will I resist? So I personally came and ate. He showed that form and he spoke like that. So, so nice. Okay. At the other turn, this is the Sakshi Gopal pastime. Then the Gopal, the devotees, Brahmana says to Gopal, Pratima nahi tumi, Sakshat Prajendra Nandana. So this is Abheda with respect to Vigraha Rupa also. Like, Balaji we see, or, in Radha Madhava, Radha Vrindavan, Sham Sundar, so many deity forms we see. So that's also Abheda. We cannot see him talk yet with us. But if we have that love, then Krishna can talk in the form of deity also. That's what this pastime says. Maruti, can you share this pastime in Narsimha Maruti? Little, very short. Can you share? Sakshi Gopal pastime? Quickly. Okay, if you cannot share, I will share. Maruti, can you share? Okay, there was a young Brahmana. Then he helps a elderly Brahmana in his pilgrimages to Vrindavan. So the elderly Brahmana becomes very happy with the young Brahmana. He says, "Okay, I will help you. Whatever you want, tell me what I can do." Then he says, "I want to marry your daughter." Then he gives a promise during the pilgrimage that, okay, you marry my daughter. He comes home to back to their from home from the pilgrimage. Then what happens is the elderly Brahmana gets influenced by his family members, and they tell him, this young Brahmana doesn't have much wealth, everything. Let's not give our daughter to him. She will not be happy. Then he also, gets convinced he cannot convince his family members. So he kind of, delays. The young Brahmana comes and asks, "Please give me your daughter. You promised." But he says, "Oh, what promise?" Kind of he says, "I didn't promise," like that. Then actually when he gave the promise, young Brahmana says, "Okay, no, I want to have I want to have it very thorough. So let's go in front of Sakshi Gopal and you make the promise in front of Gopal." There's a Gopal deity in Vrindavan. So they both go in front of the Gopal deity, and the older Brahmana says in front of the older Brahmana says in front of the Sakshi Gopal, gives the promise to the younger Brahmana. Then later, when the elder Brahmana refuses to give his daughter, the younger Brahmana goes to the Gopal deity and says, "See, this is what happened. In front of you only, he promised everything. So, what is this? What I should do?" Then the Gopal speaks to him. Then he says, "No, don't worry. You go and talk to him. He will agree." This says, "No, I don't agree." Somewhere it says, I don't know, this time or sometime, the Gopal deity talks to him basically. Then he says, "No, I want you to come and tell that this is what happened between us. You come and tell him." I said, "Oh, I'm a deity. How will I talk? How will I walk?" He says. Then he says, my spiritual master often says this statement. Whenever he says this pastime, he tells this statement. He says, "Oh Lord, if you can talk, you can walk also. There's no problem." So he says like that. Then he says, okay, I will come. Okay, you go, friend, never turn back. I will walk behind you and I will come." Okay, so he comes and actually goes and in front of both Brahmanas. he can do that. Okay. Basically, in that pastime, it was displayed that the Lord can actually talk and walk also. If we have that love, that's called Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. So if our eyes are anointed with the salve of love, then the Lord, with that love, to accept that Lord and love and to reciprocate with that, the Lord will speak to us also. Actually, this was one more thing I wanted to share. Like, see, this process of bhakti, everything is there, no? What we do, we try to offer whatever we do to the Lord. Like last time also, Ramani Bhagini Prishlavati. Okay, we do so many things, can we offer to the Lord? Okay, we offer. But imagine what is there to offer. Like, see, maybe some, maybe we do work and maybe our money or something, or even boga, we are offering. But Lord has everything already. He possesses everything. He's owner of everything. So what is there for us to offer, right? So actually, what he wants from us and what is the thing which we can offer to him is the devotional heart. That's what he wants from us. Not the, of course, these are all expressions of our love. By abiding to the sadhana paddhati, we are showing him or gradually training our mind to serve him and remember him. But otherwise, what he wants from us is the heart full of love for him. That's it. That's what is consumable. That's what is consumable. Rama. That's what is relishable for him. That's what he can consume. All this boga, everything, he's bhava grahi janardana. He's accepting the mood of our offering. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Then adya vayam charchitam, asmabhih charchitam. हरेः सकलमपि भेद अभेद प्रकाशम कथं वा स्वांश जीव जगताम् अन्वयः भवति तस्य इति अपि तु श्रीकृष्णस्य स्वरूपे कथम् अन्वयं भवति इति चर्चितम् अस्माभिः। इदानीं कोऽपि प्रश्नः अस्ति चेत् स्वीकुर्मः।
नास्ति भगिनि।
ओके, भार्गवी भगिनी, रमणी भगिनी, किमपि प्रष्टव्यं वा?
न सन्ति।
Okay. Okay, then we'll go to meditation. It's a very sweet meditation. He is Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur. He is also very, very nice. It's very Rasika Acharya actually. His commentaries are very, very deep and lot of pastimes. He writes this wonderful shloka. So Ramani Bhagini Bhavati Eva Patatu.
देहार्बुदानि भगवन् युगपत् प्रयच्छ वक्त्रार्बुदानि च पुनः प्रति देहमेव जिह्वार्बुदानि कृपया प्रति वक्त्रम् एव नृत्यन्तु तेषु तव नाथ गुणार्बुदानि।
कोऽपि गातुं शक्नोति वा? मारुति or Narasimha, can you sing this shloka? It will be more relishable. Narasimha, try.
देहार्बुदानि भगवन् युगपत् प्रयच्छ वक्त्रार्बुदानि च पुनः प्रतिदेहमेव जिह्वार्बुदानि कृपयात् प्रतिवक्त्रमेव नृत्यन्तु तेषु तव नाथ गुणार्बुदानि।
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you, Ramani Bhagini. Very nice. Okay, so this is Anuragavalli he wrote, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. This is the first verse. I think by this time you already understand what the meaning is. Arbudam nama kimiti, Arbudam nama pumlinge napunsakalinge api vartate, Dashakoti, 10 crores. Okay, so he's asking for 10 crores of bodies and everything. So that's what we will discuss. We'll see a little bit in the translation. Anvaya. Oh, this image is not coming. Okay, it's coming here. Same image I like so much. The last class we put the Keshi Gate Krishnasya svarūpam. So tadeva vayam dhyanam kurmaha tasya eva. Okay, hey Bhagavan, ekada mahyam arbudan dehan prayacha. Give me 10 crore bodies, material bodies. Pratyekasmin dehe arbudani vaktrani bhavantu. In each of this body, give me 10 crore mouths. Okay. Pratyekasmin vaktre krupaya arbudaha jihvaha bhaveyuhu. In each of the mouth, give me 10 crore tongues. Kimartam ityukte he natha tasu jihvasu tava arbudaha gunaha nrityantu. Let me glorify your qualities with so many of my let in all of this 10 crores of tongues, in 10 crores of the mouths, in 10 crores of the bodies, let your 10 crores of qualities, dance. Means let me use my tongue to glorify you all the time. So that is his eagerness. You can see, right, how much we can experience the bhakti he has. And like that. So that much he wants to glorify Krishna. Okay, so that's the dhyanam for us. So we can end here. Śrī-Kṛṣṇā arpanamastu.